My name's David Stobie. I'm a physiotherapist within the Adult Learning Disability Service. All adults should exercise regularly. Conventional wisdom tells us exercise is important to our well-being. The precise benefits to both our physical and mental health are well documented. Exercise can reduce the risk of major illnesses such as heart disease, stroke and cancer by up to 50%, contribute to weight loss, promote bone health, and boost self-esteem, mood, sleep quality and energy levels. The Scottish Government's National Physical Activity Strategy recommends that all adults should accumulate at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity activity on most days in the week. Moderate intensity being working hard enough to raise your heart rate and break sweat. You're able to continue to talk during moderate intensity exercise, but you're unable to sing. This government recommendation does of course apply equally to people with Down syndrome. Individuals should naturally be encouraged to be active within their daily routine, which can extend to planned exercise activities such as local walks, walking groups, community fitness classes, leisure facilities such as swimming pools and gyms, or even fitness DVDs and fitness console games. Where specialist input is required to facilitate exercise, this can be supported by the physiotherapy staff within the Community Learning Disability team. Subsequent exercise therapy management may be on an individual or group basis. Individually, on referral, this may include progression through a series of home exercises to strengthen lower limbs and improve balance. Additionally, given that the first indication of decline affecting functional mobility in the early stages of dementia is normally reported as difficulty negotiating steps and curbs, the client may be directed to obtain exercise equipment such as an aerobic step platform to enable repeated practice in order to delay loss of skills by positively reinforcing them. In a group setting, either on a pre or post-referral basis, our physiotherapy department supports 5 accessible circuit exercise classes across Lanarkshire each week for adults with learning disabilities. The Circuit Health Promotion Initiative was established in 2010 and continues to grow. The classes provide structured graded exercise with additional social benefit from the collective interaction available. In terms of safe exercise for people with Down syndrome, there is general advice in relation to exercise as a whole, and there is physiotherapy-specific advice, including precaution and contraindication to particular therapeutic exercise treatment. In general terms, there should be no barriers to people with Down syndrome who want to take part in sporting activities, and there is no justification for special anxiety in everyday routine exercise activities. However, the possibility of the presence of craniovertebral instability must be respected. Craniovertebral or neck instability is associated with Down syndrome. While still very rare among people with Down syndrome, it still probably occurs more often than with other people. This is because in those with Down syndrome, muscle tone tends to be lower and ligaments more lax. This gives the vertebral bones more tendency to move excessively against each other, and excess movement happens most at the top, usually at atlantoaxial level, but also at the atlanto-occipital junction. At a higher exercise level, sports such as gymnastic, trampolining, diving and boxing carry an element of risk for anyone, including people with Down syndrome. Therefore, simple pre-sport screening is advisable prior to participation. The Down Syndrome Association has worked in partnership with the British Gymnastic Association to establish atlantoaxial screening information to support approval for participation at higher exercise level. This screening is normally completed by a qualified specialist medical practitioner. The screening involves physical examination, with X-ray investigations no longer deemed a reliable predictor of risk. Physiotherapy-specific precautions and contraindications exist in relation to therapeutic treatments such as aquatic therapy and rebound therapy, which is therapeutic use of the gymnastic trampoline. For rebound therapy, if the participant has a diagnosis of Down syndrome, contact should be made with the GP to consider the appropriateness of rebound therapy for the individual with consideration to their risk of neck instability. Neck instability is an absolute contraindication to rebound therapy. Once again, there is a need for just about all of us to be more physically active. There are very few insurmountable barriers to exercise for people with Down syndrome. As with all of us, being active and healthy throughout our lives best prepares us to cope as well as we can in later life. This is particularly important to people with Down syndrome, where weight management is often more difficult and age-related illnesses are known to arise earlier.